I'm going to have a little bit of a different approach here. I think I'm going to stick a little bit about educating the wider population about this, because I think it's not enough. While my colleagues have done an excellent job in the policy and renewable generation. I'll actually start with yesterday. So I think a few of us in the room had the pleasure to be in Tirana, Albania yesterday. And there was a couple of messages which kind of translate as well to here. And I'll get to the link why that is important. So first it was the Prime Minister of Albania saying they have nice food and that Europe is in a bubble and that, yeah, some things need to be improved. And then the President of the Commission came and actually made quite bold statements, which I found very inspirational. And there were like three main messages, and the fourth one is a hidden one, which I realized this morning, but we'll get to that. So the first one was the AI and data center infrastructure and in general improvement in the Balkans, Western Balkan 6, which was quite inspiring that we're talking about that already. Second one was the clean renewable energy and generation of energy, which is the panel we're having, so I think that's an obvious one. The third one was the critical value chains and the general problem of the value chains and manufacturing in Europe. Well, it's Europe-wide problem, but it's the same here. And the fourth one was that we had a dinner last night in Tirana, and I had to be here at 8 a.m. So the only way I can come here is by car at night, which is about 200 kilometers of interesting roads where you cannot really sleep in the car. So I think I realized the importance of the infrastructure in a very nice way. So I think we take this as granted when we have it nicely set up. When we have highways, when we have nice internet, when we have nice cheap energy, it's kind of, and I've seen also a lot of roadworks, which means we're getting there. And I really appreciate that the Montenegrin government especially is doing a lot of work on that. But right now it's a work in progress. So most of you came by plane, I guess, and I did as well before, but now it's a bit different. So why did I tell this story? So it's the same critical component when I talk about energy storage. And out of the three things, I'll forget the hidden one, hopefully soon. It's actually the core of the two. So it's in the renewable energy, it's in the core of renewable energy together with wind and solar. And it's also critical value chains. It's one of the most disturbing topics, and I think we're not talking about it enough. And the thing is, with energy storage, to make it affordable, which today most of us agree it's getting quite affordable to deploy them. The technology of batteries is pretty much dominated by two chemistries. I will be very simple. Something called LFP and NMC. You can forget it, but you'll probably hear about it because it's coming to EVs, it's coming to all machines, buses, trucks, and it's coming also to energy storage. Now, the part which is optimal for energy storage is the LFP, okay? And that's 99% produced in China. The cells, the core of the system. The value chains are equally horrible. So cathodes, anodes, I'm sure the members of the commission know this by now, but it's just, giving you a fresh view on how far we are actually on that segment. And what we are specifically we have done, is developed a very similar technology to LFP. It's also a group of LFP. And believe it or not, it's the only European project doing it. It's just a state of things at the moment, but this shows additional complexity we have to deal with now, because we quickly have to solve the renewable energy issue without importing everything from China. And today, that's simply impossible, and we are working towards it. And for us to enable that, we need conferences like these for all the IFIs and the European institutions to state the obvious that we are quite poor in high-tech businesses. AI is the same. We're not great in AI in Europe. And I actually was at a conference a few weeks ago in Poland, and I didn't know that the largest AI contributor in Europe is Yandex. And it's a European traded company. I don't know, maybe it rings a bell. But okay, and the the Minister of Economy of Poland knew the answer. So because it was a question for the audience. So yeah, we're not good in AI, not great. We're even worse in batteries. We have some development in batteries, but it's all this NMC stuff, which is cars, high premium stuff, maybe drones, maybe defense. But the renewable part, The buses, the trucks, the affordable vehicles up to 50,000 euros, they're all LFP. And Chinese have mastered it, and now we're trying to bring it to Europe. And it's a very heavy road. And we see this gap where between you have enough enthusiasm and funding for smaller, let's say, startup companies, even in Montenegro and Europe-wide, and then you have the growth infra stuff which we talk about today. But then you have a huge gap in between, which is basically enabling this huge industry. And we're talking only our projects are 2.5 billion euros of purchasing power. And this is less than 5% of what European demand of this type of storage. So we're talking tens of billions of euros just in purchasing power. Then, of course, our customers, which is, let's say, including renewables, is multiplying that by 2. So we're talking of an immense industry which we know almost nothing about. And I use this opportunity to a little bit give you a different perspective to know that we take for granted a lot of stuff, and then we take a ride at 3 in the morning in a road we're not expecting. And then suddenly it, sorry for the lack of better word, punches us in the face. And it happened to Europe. It happened to us a couple of times. We have a lot of, let's say, questionable battery projects. So we are really, I'm here yesterday and today to kind of tell you we will need this storage, a lot of it. And if we don't do something about it, for the Europe, forget about ElevenEs, I'm talking about the European landscape now, we will depend completely on Asia. So we cannot just, okay, it's the cheapest option, they do it for 5 or 10 years, done. Then we can just forget about it, it's a solar story all over again, and we go home and eat nice food. But in order to change that, we are desperately trying to do that for Europe, in Europe. And it has been recognized by many strategic companies. But now my message here is take this as an extra bin of knowledge, and you will see this and hear this much more in the next couple of years, especially when you're going to buy your next EV or first EV. It's 50% chance it's going to be this technology. In China, 70% chance this will be this technology. And most of your homes, if you ever install a battery, it's going to be this. And most of your big projects will have this battery. So, yeah, it's a chicken and an egg. So we built the chicken. Now please help us lay all these eggs. And this is a call for the whole audience to help us do this. And thank you very much.